circuit. I cannot wait for this one, Blaze. I knew it was going to happen. A top 2 prediction for most people for Envyus and Optic, and it's come true in this new game here.
Yeah, it definitely rivals that Infinity and Insane's rivalry, and the big second generation rivalry.
Yeah.
And but this matchup, it's been just so much tension, so much bad blood between both these teams, and we all know the big story. The guy you see right behind me, Solars. He was on Optic, and in season 2 finals, he just no showed. He
I know.
no-showed, and he cost
It's
them,
crazy.
and he cost them a championship. And Envy won that one, and it's always been an asterisk next to Envy's name because it was like, well, the best team in the game at the time didn't have their full roster,
Mm.
and now he's on the opposite squad, and this is the first time that Optic gets to get paid back against Solars.
Whenever Envious have beaten Optic game, and as you said, there's an asterisk next to it, because Optic, whenever they've had their full team, they've won.
Yes.
And so now is Envious with the sub, Solar's no other, and as such, there's not only a lot of bad blood between these two mates, two ex-teammates, or 6, should I say, or 5?
Yeah.
To be more accurate. But you saw in that video as well, Toy Soldier, how much it means to him personally, and of course the rest of Envious.
Yeah, no, I would definitely say it's some bad blood. But without further ado, we're going to throw it over to my main man, Fallout, on the main stage with the pregame interview.
Thank you, Blaze, and welcome everybody to the main stage. And for the very first time, we have Optic Gaming, we have Team Envyus, the green wall going up against the boys in blue on main stage in Gears of War 4 Esports. Kenny Bounce, franchise on my right. Kenny, I'm going to start with you. This is your former teammate. This is your former team. Do you have any words for these guys coming into this match?
They're not going to like the result of this match.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
I got to bring up, though, the last time that these guys played you in a major season championship, they beat Optic Gaming in the finals of the Season 2 championship. Can we expect a different result this time?
Of course. Last time you got lucky because they were playing without the 4th. The 4th is now part of Team Envyus. So they pretty much won a 4v3 last time. It's not that way this time. It's a 5v5. Just like in Columbus, the last smaller event, you lost. It was really close, and I expect that this time, but you're going to end up walking away losing.
So, Kenny, you were formerly on this team. You played with them in the Season 1 finals of Gears of War Ultimate Edition. You got dropped from this team. I know that was a little bit ugly. What are your thoughts on that situation, how it all went down?
It could have been handled better by both sides. I could have prevented it from happening. I could have wanted to play the game more, all that stuff, and they could have communicated with me. So on both sides, it was ugly. Could have been handled better, all that.
So you played with this team for a very long time. You know them in and out, I'm sure. What are the weaknesses of this team? Who are you going to expose, and how are you going to expose them to come out with a W?
Well, from playing in this game, the only 2 people who seem like they're good on the team is Toy and Solars, which is funny because Solars is the sub. So we plan on exposing Soto's weakness and fights, Fran's weakness, and their inability to lead or walk around the map without Fran's guidance.
So franchise, am I right, you're saying is a non-factor on Team Envyus?
Individual fights, that is correct.
All right, franchise, I'm going to leave it to you, my man. You got Kenny on my left. I know it was an ugly situation across the board. Any thoughts for your former teammate, Kenny?
None.
You're not even thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the past. That's the past. He's green wall. We're boys in blue. That's it.
Simple as that. I respect it. I know there's a big asterisk. People say there's a big asterisk on your win, your victory at the Season 2 finals. Do you think you were the best team, even if they would have played with Solars at that event?
Absolutely. We went undefeated that season. Regardless of him showing up or not, we beat everyone that season with Toy. So there's nothing that anyone can deny that with Toy, we went undefeated, and we won every match he was in.
So, of course, boys in blue, green wall. We have some of the best individual players in the game. Pound for pound, how do you match up against this Optic Gaming squad?
I think it's still the same mix that we had in Ultimate Edition. I feel like we've always been smarter than them. They've had the raw skill, I guess, advantage. But as far as, strategy and moving around the map, I feel like we have that advantage.
So you're saying your strategy is better than theirs. What is their weakness other than strategy? Do they have any individual players you're going to try to exploit? What's your strategy going into this map?
I feel like Lava's been really inconsistent. So we'll look for him around the map. I mean, you don't really pick people out in this game. It's just it comes down to some fights and see who wins them.
So I got a last question I got to ask you. Kenny here disrespected your name a little bit as an individual player, said you can't keep up in individual fights. Your thought on that and your thought on Kenny as a player?
Sounds great. Heard that before.
All right, you heard it from franchise first. Franchise on my right, Kenny on my left. Shake hands, do whatever you need to do. Back to Blaze.
And there you see it, folks, right there. Still a little bit of bad blood between that situation. And we're going to see who's going to come out on top on this one. This is going to be a good one. Everybody's waiting for this match. I've been waiting for this match for months.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors to consider in this one. I'm glad Franchise brought one of them up for me. We discussed the roster changes and the bad blood as a result. It's the style of play of these two teams.
Yeah.
Admittedly, Envyus. Franchise thinks they are the smarter team. They think they're the smarter team, maybe the more strategic team. I'd agree maybe on the strategy part, but the raw skill I'd also agree on in favor of Optic. I think most in the community believe Optic have the most raw skill as individuals. Explosive has been called the best player in this game. Different, of course, to how Praise was heralded as the best player on Ultimate Edition. So I can't wait to get into this one for those reasons. But also, if it does seem confusing to you folks, just going back to the roster changes, there's been a lot. There's a lot of bad blood, as I said. Perhaps the new generation rivalry, like you referred to earlier, Blaze. Kenny was the former teammate of Envyus, as we just found out there for you guys at home. And so,
Yeah, and
there's a lot into it.
I hear you. And, you know, let's learn a little bit more about Optic out there.
My name is Chris Anderson, otherwise known as Lava. I play for Optic Gaming, and I've been playing Gears for about 4 years. This tournament is pretty much all about winning for Optic in the green wall. Obviously, I 100% think my team's going to take out Envy. Like, there's no shot they're going to beat us. Our rivalry with Envy goes all the way back to the start of Gears UE, and so that's really continued into Gears 4. Like, we're still like two of the top 2 teams in the game, and now with Solars coming in to substitute for them, like, there's even more like of a grudge behind like our matchup. Basically, after Solars didn't show up to Season 2 finals, like, it was a given. He was off the team 100%. You messed up big, bud. Like, you should have showed up to Season 2 finals 100%. We would be getting everything we're getting right now. Like, that's why, like, we're gonna destroy you this weekend. Envy, like, you have no shot at beating us. No shot. We're better. We prove it time and time again on land. Your team all has arthritis. You just can't keep up. You can't keep up with us.
All right, then. And you know what? And just to even touch on a few points from that, and something that you said earlier as well, as far as like the strength and weaknesses of both these teams. And, you know, I can almost even agree with the point that Fran said, you know, when it comes down to Envy's strength is in just, you know, overall, you know, practice and strategy. You know, they make up and by being very, very tedious and actually putting a lot of time in for what they lack in individual skill. And don't get me wrong, they got some good skill players, but when it comes down to Optic, their team is just raw talent across the board. And, you know, what their coach, Ashes, does for them, you know, makes up for, you know, just them coming up with strategies and going through those motions.
And of course, on the topic of coaches, Envyus have their own amazing coach. Ryan Fool's doing a very good job. He's been with the team for a long time during the duration of Ultimate Edition. And I think, should we go into predictions, please? I think the first map is loading up. It is, of course, Foundation, actually, looking at the sheet in front of me, and it is going to be loading up. So, yeah, I want to go into predictions, Blaze. I don't want to miss this opportunity.
Okay.
We have to give our thoughts on the matter, and perhaps Twitch chat can chime in as we get into this one. First map, I'm going to go with Optic Gaming. I think Optic are going to take this first map, Foundation.
I'm going to go 7-4 Optic.
Oh, we're doing rounds. Okay.
I'll do rounds.
Okay.
7-4 Optic, and you know our map cycle is going to be Foundation, Dame, Reclaim, and let's hop into this one. Everybody, so we're going to be on board here with Toy Soldier, actually, just hopping right into the action, and he's actually going to go down right now. Lava is in an intense fight right now. He's going to go down as well. It's going to be a member down for each team, and now, so both teams have their home hill cap. They're going to be fighting for this B hill.
Wow, such a epic start to this game as we get into shock and battles in the middle immediately. Look at the crossfire now be put in by Envyus, but there are 3 members of Optic. Make that 3 for Envyus too as they come into the cave area, but no one's pushed yet. There's still neck and neck in this area of the map. But look at this in the top hand of your screen, folks. There's also more players, reinforcements coming through the middle, but look at that flank. Summons is taking out Soto right in the back.
That was a good flank there by Summons, and can he pick up this next kill? He's going to try to put it in a good shot, and yes, he will. And that's going to give Optic the chance to come in here and take control over this B hill for the first time in this game. But hold up, Toy may have something to say about that. He's going to go over there and contest that fight. It's going to be a 2v2 situation, and he's going to actually get help there. And that's going to be from Solars. 1v2. Can they do it? And yes, they will. So actually, when you thought Optic was going to get control over that B hill, here comes Envy just wrecking havoc.
Once again, Toy proving how effective he is as a Slayer, how intelligent that positioning was as the Optic members closed in. And as the dust settles for just a second, Blaze, it is A and B captured for Team Envyus. They're going to be setting up in this cave, something Optic Gaming do very effectively. So that's definitely going to work in their favor, not giving them that advantage. But look at this. We have got a push from Optic. They're responding. They want to go for the spawn hills. And you see Envyus trying to react, trying to be a strategic team as they are known for, rotating back to try and defend their home hill here.
Now, Envy's going to actually be pushing across. He's going to be forcing a fight to Optic's home hill, but they're going to start to pay for it. 2 members will go down. It's going to be a 3v4 situation in favor of Optic. So this is Optic's chance to actually push out of here and get control of this B hill. Ribs is going to be on a run, but Kenny's going to hawk him down right there, and he's going to get cleaned up. And now Optic's going to get control over 2 hills right here and slowly even his game up.
Yeah, they've taken their aggressive approach right to the heart of the enemy. Right in the home hill of Envyus. But here comes the respawn wave that we discuss all the time. It's going to be not going to be held by Optic. So intelligently, they're going to back off Blaze. They see they're outnumbered. They've kept Envyus on the back foot for this long. But are they going to react? Are they going to reset up for B push maybe? We'll have to wait and see. But right now, my point of view is on Summons. He's stopping that push by Solars through the middle. And I think Envyus are going to rotate as a result.
It's still a close game here, folks. And we're going to see Optic. They're going to control that neutral hill at the B point, and Explosive is going to be guarding that down there. He's going to be by himself. As you see from the overhead map, Envyus members, they're setting up, and they're about to push down his ramp. And Explosives is going to get some help from the middle from Summons right there. So this is going to be a 2v2 fight. And Envyus is going to try to back down here. And actually, they're going to go for it. They're going to commit. They're going to send 3 guys in. It's going to be a fight here in the corner. They're going to be pushing Explosives out. He's not going to get down. He's going to get out of there by the skin of his teeth. But they're going to be pushing him. Lava goes down by Solars. Here comes Kenny on the flank to make something happen. He's in a bad situation, but he takes one, grabs the meat, puts some pistol shots in. Soto's in a bad spot right here. Can he stay alive? And he's going to get flanked right here. And Optic will get control over this B hill and survives the 3-cap.
Yeah, Kenny really mitigating the casualties lost for Optic Gaming, but here we are, the points are almost neck and neck. It was a double cap for Envyus for the second, but A is going to be going in the favor of Optic Gaming. Can they catch up though? The C hill hasn't been captured. They cannot get points, Envyus. It is going to be Optic Gaming taking this round.
Optic winning right there off those points, doing a good job, being very, very resilient throughout that entire round. And they had good positioning, but that was neck and neck the whole round.
I know, it came down right to the wire in the end. Very interesting conclusion to that one. And clearly the B hill, as we saw in the previous match, Blaze, with NRG and Team Revenge, is a crucial hill for every team and every party involved. And you see there, Toy actually placing no weapons at the where Boltok usually spawns in core. And that's that makes sense, right? Because Envyus were winning the battles the majority of the time.
So the weapon spawn that they block right there is good, because we usually see teams put incense there to really control that B hill. It's just an extra added defense right there, and they don't want Optic to get these incense grenades down here. So we're going to be on the B hill fight right now, and Summers is going to push in. He's going to flank mid, and that's going to be a good heads-up flank. He's going to actually get the revive on his teammate. There's going to be 3 Optic members down there, and they're taking a lot of damage. But they will survive this, and you know, Envyus, they have to have those heads-up plays and get those call-outs out. And we're going to have Solars goes down. Summons coming in with that kill, and they're going to be chasing down Ribs.
Oh, Ribs is going to roll into a shotgun. Not what you're going to do, especially when your numbers are down. Are Optic going to take advantage of this scenario right now? Seems like it. Lava the front man pushing for C. The A cap is going in the favor of Envyus, though. You can see the names through the smoke on the spectator system, folks. Envyus responding kind 2.
So Lava's going to be here. He's going to make sure he's going to get this home hill capped up right here. And I want to say this is going to actually be the enemy's home hill here. And he's going to get this one, and they're going to come try to get it back. But here comes Kenny on the flank. Kenny's flanking Ribs. Lava's just trying to stay alive here. Kenny's making things happen. He's going to kill him. 1 kill on the hill. He's going to actually take out 2 kills. Optic will control the enemy's home hill, and Kenny's back in the fight, and he takes out another one. And he's going to stay here, and he's just holding down his hill. 3 members down from Envyus. The B hill is still in their control, but I'm pretty sure it's being contested.
Envyus are hanging on by the skin of their teeth here, Blaze. They keep rotating, losing in one area, but getting control in another. But look at this. It's a big battle going down to B. It might be the decider for this round. So thinks they're going to win it, thinks they can come back at this point. The score deficit is there, but look at the downs. Soto is down. Summons need to pick up the meat shield. Yes, he does. Solars, you need a kill, my friend. You need to stay in this battle. It doesn't seem like that's the case. Summons swinging wildly. Shots going in. But it looks like Optic Gaming have a potential swarm
domination coming in. 2-1. And there you go, folks. Optic Gaming taking the second round. you already know Explosives is taking this personal, you know? One of his good friends and long teammates for years just ups and leaves him at the finals? Just no call, no shows, don't even pick up the phone, he doesn't get a text.
Massive.
He's tight right now.
Cannot stress that enough.
So take a look at this weapon placement. So we saw that the two welding and fountains where you can spawn a weapon there, one of the same weapon where teams usually put nades and snipers, got blocked off the last round. And so looking like they want to put a torque bow somewhere, gonna actually change this to nades down the middle. Now one thing I want to point out that we saw last round is that Summons used his front spawn very effectively. So he got to that B hill and he broke off to the middle to help assist in that mid fight. And Lava just held his fight just long enough. Envyus cannot let Summons get through like that.
No, I'd argue that Optic were maybe the more, definitely the more aggressive team, but also the most proactive. It seemed like Envyus were just waiting for cross opportunities. But when you're playing a top caliber team like Optic, they're not necessarily going to give you that opportunity, are they? So maybe, just maybe, let's use Toy Soldier a little bit more, Envyus might be saying. Let's use Soul as the true slayers of this team and get in the thick of the battle. And it seems like they're doing exactly that here, Blaze. Someone's getting taken down. Lava's going to lose a Toy. This is a good opener for Envyus. Kenny B is full red, stuck in the middle. But can he reset? Franchise gets a kill on Mental. Kenny B nades himself here, Blaze. 5 down.
Solars made the heads-up play right there. He saw how quick Summons broke out to that middle, and he made sure he did not allow him to do that again. And Envyus, the domination in 1 second. And yes, folks, they will get it. Envyus taking their first round of the map, and that was they just obliterated them right off the jump. They got those 5 kills, and they played very, very fast, which is exactly what you have to do in escalation. And they managed to get that 3 cap, because as soon as they capped those initial 2 hills, and they brought all 5 men to their home hill, you're forcing Optic to play for the closest hill there so they do not get dominated, which is always going to be their home hill. And at that point, it's just a straight-up fight.
Yeah, Envyus, a very coordinated approach to that push at the start. You know what I mean? You had star players, Solars and Toy getting the 2 initial kills, but the point is, Envyus took advantage of that numbers situation, and as you described, got the certain triple cap as soon as 5 Optic members had fallen. Let's check out the overhead map. Let's see how both teams approach this. This has become a very strategic map all of a sudden. 2 middle, 2 through the cave. And it's going to be another shotgun about Toy. Don't take a Lancer fight. Lancer to a shotgun fight, excuse me. Lava's going to react this time around. Solar's dominating this area. Kenny B, no, make that explosive, actually. We haven't seen much of this game thus far. It is going to be, once again, Envyus winning the opener.
Envyus is doing such a good job with that. And once again, they've already broken off to take care of this home hill. One guy contesting it, and that's going to be Mental, but he's going to go down to Solars. And Envyus members coming out of spine, all up to Summons, and he's going to get torque bowled, and they have to fight Ribs. And not going to get there in time. Envyus back-to-back rounds. I say within less than 2 minutes, they've taken 2 rounds here, straight off 2 dominations. They're in their flow right now.
Very good recovery.
And so we're going to have to see Optic, see what they want to do on this weapon placement, because you have to use something to either spread the map away from the B hill. We saw last time they put a torque bow down, and I think that's what they're going to do with this sniper rifle across map. They're going to place that down. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that, actually. You know, I don't know if a sniper rifle is that much of we need to not send so many people to the B hill because we need more people across map to make sure we secure a sniper rifle. I think Envyus is going to keep doing what they've been doing.
I think the sniper is not going to play any part in this opener, which Envyus have been winning. So it's not really directing that stage of the round, which is clearly the most crucial at this point, to keep getting triple caps off it. But Mental himself, he plays the sniper down, so maybe in the later round, if they can survive this opener from Envyus, it might play into their favor. But Ribs, he's full red on his cam, got explosive bouncing into him, heralded as the best shotgun player in this game thus far. Not seen much of him yet, as I referred to last round. He's actually going to reset, play the more intelligent approach, but Ribs in a very good position nonetheless.
Envyus did get all those power weapons, and Solars does have torque bow. Mental did get sniped, and so Envyus will control 2 of these points right here, and I want to say they still have about maybe 1 or 2 frags left in pocket. Solars definitely still is alive with that torque bow right now. Mental coming up a little bit short on those shots right there, but he does know where the Envyus members are, and Mental is just playing passive, making sure nobody comes up there. Their right side flank, and Mental's going to connect with that body shot, put him down. He sees Toy in the sight, going to help his teammate out, but Summons ain't having none of that, and he's picking up a kill down there. Kenny's down there to system as well, and now they're going to play for Envyus' home hill.
Yeah, finally Optic Gaming getting back into the action, the slaying, and we see, as we were talking about, Mental gets the sniper rifle and playing a part in perhaps almost a triple cap, in fact. Is it going to be, though? 2 members down, Envyus come flying in, Franchise, great up A, Lava misses his shot, gets punished, Kenny B picks up the torpedo, but is it going to be in time to prevent the retake of the home hill for Envyus? Doesn't seem to be the case, but nonetheless, Mental sits back with that weapon around the corner waiting.
Yeah, the kill that Fran got was just very, very clutch.
Oh.
But that's Kenny with the torque bow. He's going to take him out. Mental being very, very patient. And he has a good look around this whole map. He's protecting his team statue flank down here. He's going to see if he can help explosives, working that left hand. And he's going to actually pick up that kill. 2 members of Envyus. Envyus wants this B hill, and they're going to send 2 guys down here. But Optic has some good cross. Soto goes down. He's going to have all his teammates there. Shield picked up. Envyus may back out of the situation, but can they make it out alive? And yes, they do. Just taking a little bit of damage right there. And it's about a 25-second lead here, Toby. Optic is sitting pretty here, but we know anything can happen. They need to at least slay Envyus one more time.
Optic with a very good lead, as you said, but also the fortress that I keep referring to. I referred to it before as a green wall being put down in this cave because they're so good at holding it. And meanwhile, the other side of the map, you have Mental with the sniper rifle in hand, with his teammate close by. This is not looking good for the Envyus side as we approach the 210 limit. Is 180 past for Optic. Are they going to push up heavy for a triple cap? In fact, they're just going to get the kill on Ribs, and then, oh, in fact, they are going to go for at least a break here, which is going to make things easier for them. Franchise eager to try and break the C hill. Mental on his own, left to his own devices, and it is a sniper, a good device of that. And it is going to be yet again, Blaze, an Optic round.
That was a good play there by Mental because you knew that, hey, Envyus, they need a 3 cap. So at this moment, they're all pushing to my side of the map. I'm just going to push to their side of the map and make sure my team at least has 1 heal in the book and let these guys know that this round is going to be over. And so weapon selection time. 2-2 right here on the board. You know, Optic, you know, winning that next round, you know, kind of shutting down Envy's momentum. And they're going to take off that sniper. So last time it was a sniper, a statue. Envyus, they don't want Mental to have that at all. So they can actually take that off, and they're going to put ensigns.
Well, interesting choice of weapon, though. I'm not sure if Envyus are choosing to go for those incendiaries. Franchise on your screen, folks. The in-game leader that was referred to by Kenny himself, now on your screen, giving the trash talk, not even shaking Franchise's hand, in fact. This is how much it means to them, the bad blood.
And so we're going to see have 2 guys. Both teams are going to send 2 guys to be 2 middle and 1 to cap their home hills. Toy's going to actually win this fight like he's been this entire time, and he's not going to push in just yet. Now he's going to go in and try to cause some commotion here, knowing the Optic members had to back out because they won the initial fight. So once again, Envyus will cap the first 2 hills. They will get this B hill.
Oh, look at this extraction from Envyus 2. Toy, you mentioned it, he is shutting down Lava every single round in this middle area. Access to B, it is such a crucial part of the map too. That is really benefiting Envyus in capturing this B hill, and it's really just left Kenny and Lava to try and react on the opposing side. But Mental, he has picked up the incendiaries this time. Of course, formerly where he got the sniper previously.
They're not even worrying so much about B hill, even though it's two Envyus members down there guarding that B hill. So it's a 2v1 down there, and they're being very, very passive. Solar is missing those bows. Optic, they want to take Envyus' home hill, and they're going to actually send another person to B as well. So they got the intel that Optic is coming down here. They're changing their focus from the C hill to the B hill, and it's going to be a fight right here. They're going to actually push the Envyus members out. No more torque bows in the hand of Solars, and he's going to actually back up there.
Oh, Franchise in the middle, explosive. Caught out almost, but he is going to find cover. Finally, Franchise, now the storyline for him is for him to find cover. Ribs for red as we saw the HUD pop up for a second, but Envyus are trying to be quick on their feet. They're trying to look for a counter through the middle. Explosive on his point of view. He takes out Franchise very easily. Toy comes in for action as well. Good shot by Toy, though, as he fights back. He is having a very good game, Blaze. We spoke about it already, but he's now likely going to walk this meat shield in as far as he can, put some damage. But meanwhile, here's Kenny on the flank.
Yeah, he's on the back in the corner, so he can't get shot in the back right there. On board with Mental, and Mental, he's going to come down here and support his teammates and help push the Team Envyus members out of this B location. And domination coming in. Envyus got to drop back to defend their home hill. Toy's trying to get in there with C, but Lava has something to say about that. And enough Envyus members respawn to actually defend their C hill. Optic has the lead right here. So we're going to see if they want to put pressure on a 3-cap, and that's what we've kind of seen them do all tournament. But Envyus is, they're not going to play for B. They know it's well guarded, so they're going to push across top high side here and play for Optic's home hill.
Optic have the lead in power weapons, they have map control, and they now have numbers as Franchise gets taken out as well. Solars, he's just forced to go for these incendiaries. He can't go for a triple cap. He understands the numbers disadvantage in front of him. But look at this rotation. He's run straight underneath. You see Toy running through the entry point that he always goes to, but is it a little too late? There's a swarm domination comes in here as Ribs is down. He's going to get back up, but it doesn't matter. I'm speechless. Envyus have gone and split up in the wrong directions.
So they're trading off rounds right here, 2-2. And folks, this is going to be halftime. So these heals shall flip right now. And now we're going to have the D, E, and F heals. As you can see right now, the home hills have moved to the top of the map, and the neutral hill has flipped to the other side towards the statue area. So all weapons will be wiped off the map. Respawns will drop back down here to 10 seconds. And we will escalate as this round progresses once again.
So the overhead up just for a second then, see what the opening strategy looked like. It's back up and we've got two. We've actually got almost a mirrored approach for both sides, believing they have the key strat to mirror each other there to make the most effect this round. But Solar's, oh, he's going to open up with 2 kills off screen too, and it's going to mean Summons is going to get trapped in this statue. The pinch comes in. Solar's, can you make it a third? Yes, you can, my friend. Very well played indeed to open up the halftime here.
And so Solar's getting that kill right there. Once again, Envyus shall get control over the neutral hill off the rip. And so the question is, how long can they hold it before Optic come in here and just destroy their setup? And we got Kenny making plays in the middle. He has sights on 2 players, has sights on Toy, calling him out. He's going to be full red, and he's going to come back out and actually get down right there. Solars is not in a position to get that revive. And there go Kenny. He's going to get that meat shield. Solars is going to drop that meat shield right away, but Kenny has to support a Summons, and he's going to help him out. And they're going to actually go put pressure on Envyus' home hill. And here we go. He sees Soto coming out of spawn. Blindside, going to take him out, coming to help his teammate. And they're going to actually get the kill on Ribs. This is going to be a domination, folks.
And it seems like it's Toy and Solas, the Slayers coming in, but it is a little too late. The numbers are there. Explosive had the angle, as you can see at the back of the screen, folks. And it is 5-2 now as Optic volumes increase. Explosive demand standing up. This is looking very good indeed for the Green Wall. I'm sure Optic fans are going to be going wild in the Twitch chat right now, Blaze.
And you know, that just shows how good Optic is at just adapting, right? You know,
Yeah.
Envyus, they had a great strat for those 2 rounds that they won. Back-to-back 2 rounds that they won in less than 2 minutes. But Optic has since just countered that.
Well, 12 seconds. The next round, I mean, Optic need 2 rounds. Envy need 5. Mathematically, it is looking like Foundation could be an Optic gaming map. As you said, Optic played so well that last round, reacting to what Envyus threw at them.
Yeah, Envyus needs to just step it up right here. Soldiers is going to be full red. He may go down. Actually, he does not. Lava's going to go down here. Nobody's in a good position to clean him up here, because here goes Solars getting cleaned up. Summon's getting 1 kill, reviving his teammates. He's going to push up here. He's going to have help. Franchise has to back up. Here comes Summons. Can he get him? Franchise just holding off. He's holding off. He's getting out of there. He's making sure he does not die. Rotating the map, regroup with his teammate. He's going to have help, and he's actually going to clean up a kill on Kenny. 2v2 with him and Ribs. Ribs putting a good shot in on Summons. He's going to go down, and here comes Fran back in action, taking out 2 kills right there. And Envyus will get control over this E-hill.
Saving his teammate 2, Ribs, as he climbs back up to the action. It is 42, all drawn up now as Envyus just take a little bit of a lead. Optic coming off the respawn, as you can see on the overhead. Envyus choosing to set up. They have to take this slow, methodical. Optic much the same. They cannot go running in gung-ho. They have to do a coordinated attack, which I'm sure many fans of the Green Wall expect from them.
No, you definitely expect it. You know, Summons coming in. Going to try to get 1 kill, and he's going to take out Solars. Optic's going to take out 2 members of Envyus. It's going to be a 4v3 situation in favor of Optic. They're going to push up in here for Envyus' home hill. Soto cannot do much right there. Optic's going to be sitting pretty. Summons and Lava is going to be able to cap this hill right here and get control over these 2 points. And the E hill is not being contested. 2 members of Envyus are frantically trying to make it over there to the E to stop them. And we're going to see if they can actually do it.
Rotations from both sides. Places is so well played from both. It was Optic the instigator. Reactions coming from Franchise as he takes the D hill, but he's on his own. He's trapped, and Kenny B, he understands this. He's looking for the kill, going wide as Explosive crosses, but Franchise, he doesn't care. Great play from him, using right hand to his advantage, timing that perfectly. He was extremely red, but look at the hills. It is going to be Envyus taking advantage of that as they regain F, but look at this as well. Franchise
Here
still
comes
on
the
his
great
own.
wall to chase him down, but Franchise is breaking through this wall right now. He's picking up 2 kills total at this point, and now he's going to be putting some shots in from the back. And here we go. His meat shield is still up. He has help. Toys coming in for reinforcements, but can he take out Kenny? He's going to hit that reaction shot. He's going to come in, and he's going to get the assist with Ribs, but Ribs takes out one. Can he stay alive? Here comes Soto to help him out, and they will keep control over this hill. Envyus has a slight lead, so good job not letting Optic come back in here and take over their home hill.
Lava doing so well, despite the numbers disadvantage as we saw from Franchise earlier. The regrouping comes in from Envyus after they regain F control, but it is a mad run for kills. In fact, Soto, he can't pick his fight. He's full red. He's not done any significant damage, and he will get pinched. Kenny B pushes this out now as the E hill becomes a little bit of a focus for Envyus as they realize they lose the D hill.
And this is going to be a close one, down by 10 seconds. Envyus, they have the lead right here. Optic can get one of these hills. They need the 3-cap at this point. They need to break this D hill. Not sure if anybody is in position, but here will come Kenny. He's fighting for E, and he's not going to get this fight. He's not going to have enough time right there. Envyus, put another round on the board.
Is the comeback on, Blaze? 5-3 to Optic Gaming.
You know, Envyus, they're doing a good job adjusting. That's one thing. Both these teams are just adjusting. They're adjusting, correcting their mistakes, and they're coming out with a good spree of rounds. But we're going to see what Optic's going to decide to do right here. And they're looking to put flame grenades somewhere. The question is just where.
Both of these teams, are very reactionary to each other. Sign of a very good team indeed. It's actually Incendiaries going down where frags usually spawn in core plays. That's interesting. We have to see if they play any effect. We've seen the E-Hill wasn't as much of a focus last round. Of course, Envyus for a lot of the time are just focusing on D and F. But let's see if E-Hill is going to be the focus for this one.
So yeah, we're gonna have 4 members. 2 is actually gonna be pushing down low. They're gonna be breaking off, trying to get these grenades. Envy members are actually gonna give up this E-Hill by allowing Lava to come through. Toy is gonna get put in a bad position right there. He has a little bit of help, and he's down there. And then there you go, Summers getting that sad angle right there. But Ribs has that cross over the top.
Summons looking for a cap, but of course he sat back down because he's so red. Kenny B is putting work. He's got 2 kills, but does get taken out. Solars once again with a double. Where is the surprise? I don't think so, because he is so good with slaying, that is for sure, as he takes down his former teammates.
Right there, Solar is staying alive. He sees blood with Summons. He wants this fight. He's gonna go up there. He says, "Oh, you my replacement?" All right, let's see. But Summons has help. Solar's gonna have to back down right here, but Summons is gonna chase him down, and Solar's is actually gonna go down right there. And Summons has 2 Envyus members in front of him, and he's gonna actually have one on his flank. Can he survive the situation?
Oh, he's going in. I'd have liked to see him run there. He was on his own. Not sure why someone's re-engaged Franchise with the regrouping, and Solar's doing just enough to stay alive during that confrontation before Toy and Franchise came to the rescue. But while all that's going on, the rest of the Optic members, they are doing the job needed. They captured F. And that is exactly what you need in this instance. You have to keep rotating, you have to keep reacting. And it is exactly what we see here for Envyus as they stay on the E-Hill. I stay unchanged. But they need to push out, I feel, Blaze.
You know, they definitely need to right here. Lava's going to be defending this D-Hill. They got about a good 30-second lead right here. Envyus not. They need to come in here and get this hill. They've had good control over E most of this entire time, but they're trying to set something up right here to break down the green wall, and they're going to actually come in here. Franchise is going to actually get a 2v1 on Lava. He's going to get that back A, going to be taking him out right there, but he's going to go down to Mental. Can Mental survive? And Mental's going to go down on the opposite side of that cover right there.
Yeah, so just going to pause just for a second to cap that hill before taking out Mental. Explosive getting a kill on Toy, meanwhile, though, as Optic Gaming once again react to the Envyus push and take E. It's a matter of, if you're getting pushed at one side and losing resources there, dedicate the rest to another side. Don't risk a shot, come out an all-out war for one battle and maybe a triple cap as a result if you do lose. Really like this approach from both teams, but look at the score. Cast your eyes to the top left of the screen, folks. It is Optic Gaming with the current lead and also the 2-cap Solars. Look at that crossfire from Ribs and Solars, taking out Kenny B. So well played, and it is Solars. Look at the movement. It is time. Toy with a flank, Explosive on his own, but they need a triple cap here, Blaze.
Good job for them. breaking that hill and actually capping it together. They knew they couldn't do it by themselves, and Envyus is going to get that, but they need to break this F hill, but Optic's a second away from winning this round.
Very, very smart by Explosive as well, throwing that smoke behind to stop the chase. It didn't matter anyway. Swarm, AK Optic Gaming 6-3 right now on the first map, looking like the more dominant team. Blaze, I'm going to ask you, with this weapon placement screen coming up now, what would you do if you're Envyus? What can you do to change the tide of battle here?
You know, they've been staying so far away from these explosive weapons, you know, from the boom shot and the drop shot. At this point, drop one. Drop one. There you go.
Oh,
They can
there
actually
you go.
put down a boom shot on this E hill. And Envyus has won the neutral hill every single time, at least 90% of the time. And if they can get control of that boom shot, which I'm pretty sure they will off the rip, and the respawn timer is increasing, they can get a few good caps here. They play very, very fast. So just need to embrace the explosive weapons. And we're going to see 4 members go once again towards that area. And Optic's going to send 3 over the top this time. Going to allow Solars to get through, but Solars is full red. He's going to ride that that inside wall so he can't take more damage. But all Optic members, they're going to be going up around Statue to push out Toy, and Toy's going to be full red. Boom shot is still in play, but it is somebody watching that. Explosives is putting pressure up top. The boom shot's going to actually get picked up here by Lava. And they're going to be putting some shots down low. They see exactly where Solars is. That boom shot's going to dud. He's going to get flanked there by Kenny. 1 boom shot still in play. Explosives getting pushed up top. Here comes Lava to help his teammate. Can he do it? And Toy's going to get 1 kill, trying to get a well-placed boom, but he cannot. Here comes Toy. He wants static here, folks. He's going to get his life back. Lava being very, very patient right here.
Toy has done so well to stay alive as long as he can, not only in this instance, but earlier on in the round. But he does finally fall as the numbers game catches up with him. The DL being contested by Envyus now as they try and react. Solar's running to the safety of his FL as he knows the Optic Gaming squad will turn their attention there. Remember, they only need 1 more round, folks. It is going right to the end. And this one, it seems, no triple cap opportunity just yet. But remember, Blaze, the boom shot will be respawning very soon, I'm sure. And this double cap scenario for Optic is definitely in their favor in that regard.
It definitely is. And Summers has just been doing such a good job at capping his home hill, pushing across, putting pressure on the enemy's home hill, and he's going to get help over here. And at this point, they just want to control the 2 cap, but boom shot, and actually flame grenades as well, because it's right there below the boom shot, is going to be in control of Envyus. And we're going to see Ribs go get those flame grenades.
I would have liked to see Optic Gaming perhaps protect that boom shot and that neutral hill, that middle hill, excuse me, for that area, because now they've lost the boom shot. Envyus flew in, infiltrated that area. Very good timing as they get the boom, but can they use it to their advantage? Optic Gaming seems to have played much better on their advantages, their numbers game.
And
so
one thing I've noticed that Envyus is doing is that they're running with their numbers, right?
Yeah.
They're sending 4 guys to certain areas to break heals, but they're leaving other heals unguarded. You know, you had control over neutral hill, and you pushed everybody back just to get control of your home hill. Now you're sending 4 across the other side of the map, and here comes King to break your home hill once again. I get rolling with the numbers, but you have to, you know, have some of your main slayers sit back and just really, defend your home. They're going back and forth right now, and Optic is just putting points on the board.
yeah, Optic are running circles around Envyus. They haven't really adapted that well. There's been times Envyus have showed moments of brilliance, but this time round it is not the case. They get the boom shot at 1 point. Franchise getting a kill on Summons. But look at the score. Optic Gaming, surely they're going to win anyway. It does seem like the case. Optic Gaming to the first map here.
Optic taking that one 7-3, and my prediction was 7-4, so pretty close right there. But Optic doing a good job right there, being very, very consistent. They just out-rotated Envyus. You know,
Yeah.
It was always somebody just in a position to break a heal or just keep control over it. So they just had Envyus running around the map the entire time, and just with a simple 2 cap, they just played for the 210.
It was a very convincing performance by Optic Gaming, especially in that second half too. As you see, the Envyus players, they're disappointed, they're calm, being professional. It is not over just yet. Let me remind everyone at home, it is best of 3. So Optic Gaming only need 1 more map to take home that brilliant, well, not take home the trophy, but get an opportunity to, I should correct myself with.
Yeah, and then the loser of this has to play a scary revenge squad.
Very scary.
You know, who's just been on fire all tournament, and they're all for blood. You know, they just have a championship mentality right now where they're not scared of anybody. So that's going to be an interesting match to see whoever they fight, you know. But let's check out, you know, a little replay action here from this last round coming up. You know, these teams, like I said, you know, they just got out. Envy just got out rotated that entire map. It was just a bloodbath at a certain point.
Yeah, I think Toy and Solas, the players who just died there, were the most convincing action, or the most convincing part of that one. But not that case there. I think when Toy and Solas were not as able to affect the outcome of these battles, especially in that second half, they started crumbling. I think Envyus were really relying on that raw skill from those two players to match the raw skill we keep talking about that Optic Gaming offers.
No, I definitely agree with you on that one. And so, Dam is one of those maps that we felt like was going to get banned more often than not. But we've seen it a lot here within the top with some of these teams. It's kind of just edged through at least once or twice through this tournament. So we'll see the interesting. We'll see how these teams play on Dam.
And it's a very strategic map as well. I spoke about Forge earlier with Benson as being one of these unique maps where the control point there on that one was a very unique point, a unique factor that affects the outcome of games. But Dam, you might have noticed, Blaze, especially when you're casting yourself, the B hill, especially in the first half, is very easy to set up with. Is probably the most difficult middle hill to break on any escalation map in Gears 4. And I think, you know, the rotations aren't going to be as frequent, perhaps, on this one as we saw on Foundation. Not sure if that's going to play into either Envyus' hands or Optic Gaming. But one thing is for sure, the openers for this middle hill are crucial due to that setups. And either Toy and Solas really need to come and play here in order to match the shotguns of Optic Gaming.
Yeah, they need to be the main slayers of their team right here. And you know, like I agree with you, those neutral hills are harder to break on Dam, and it's the only hill that flips. So you don't want to have all three hills flip on Dam. You just have the neutral hill flip, and the home hill stay the same throughout the entire match. So we're gonna see what these teams decide to do, how they want to kick this one off. We're going on board here with Dam, folks. And can Optic Gaming close it out? Toby, what's gonna be your predictions?
I'm going to go with Envyus winning this one. I mean, yes, the viewers would definitely like to see that. Maybe not Green Wall. I know there's going to be a lot of fans there for Optic Gaming, but I think Envyus are going to take this one. I think maybe the slower pace of Dam, as we described with the setups, might play into their favor, and I really fancy Toy and Solas going huge, nonetheless, on this one. Let's see how this one plays out. Blaze, your predictions for this?
Definitely one of the harder maps, a 3-cap one initially, but I can almost agree with you on that one, that, you know, just Envyus setups will be a little bit better for them on this map, since the neutral hill is a little bit harder to cap. So if Envyus comes out with this one, it's going to be, you know, coming down to the wire.
It's going to be interesting as well to see if either of these new teams bring anything new to Dam, such as rotations, see if they can really introduce it for the first time in Dam, because you don't see many rotations as we described. But let's see how this one kicks off on the B hill. Is Lava who's taking the initiative of the angle here. Envyus going wide through the middle. In fact, Soto going to get taken out. Franchise as well. As Mental open things up with 2 kills. He is down, so is Explosive. It's not over yet, this opening battle, as Toy gets 2 kills on the board. It is going to be, oh, I think he's going to be on his own, actually. I'm not sure where his teammates are. They're nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, they're going to be on probably across the other side of the map, and he's doing such a great job staying alive, but he can't stay alive long enough, and he's going to finally go down here. Soto's going to be trying to push wide over here to get control over this middle point, and he's going to be forcing Kenny out of that position, and he's going to be down. He's going to come up here, and he's going to clean up that kill.
One thing is for certain, Optic Gaming win the first opener at the B hill. And now it is down to Envyus to react. Of course, they've moved to the Swarm faction now, folks. Explosive, you're on his cam for a second. He's trying to rotate into the middle, see if he can get an angle. Ribs just putting shots down. That is going to open things up here. You can see Ribs jumping over, Soto following as well. But where are the teammates? In fact, Toy is there too. Franchise through the middle. This could be a push very soon, Blaze. I cannot wait to see what goes down, but Explosive has to get into the fight very soon.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3v3 fight over here for the neutral hill. Fran's going to be taking a lot of damage, and they're actually going to be 4 Envyus members over here. They have control over their home hill, and they just need to really get in here and push across and cause some commotion here with the Optic team members. Fran cannot cap that one. He's going to force these guys out. Kenny's going to be able to take out one. Fran's full red. He's going to be able to take out another one. He's going to get some help right here. He goes down. Kenny is wrecking havoc, and he cannot come out with another kill right there. Solar's picking up 2 of his own, and we're going to see Optic win that team fight.
Once again, Solar's doing work, beating his former teammates in crucial shotgun battles. How many times have we seen Solas in this tournament, Blaze, get a double kill on screen?
Yeah, he's just so comfortable. You know, he's so comfortable. He was on the best team in the game, and so he knows how it is to play with the best. You know, he's not scared of anybody whatsoever, and you know, he's just been playing well all tournament.
Oh, Explosive on his camera now. He hasn't really performed as much as we've previously seen from him, but it is going to be Ribs and Toy. As a result, perhaps winning that one, and they're actually going to turn their attention straight away to the C hill here, it seems.
Yeah, the home hill was under siege right there. You know, but one thing I want to say is Fran is actually turning up right now. Fran is just been making plays over there on that B hill. He's in good position. He's holding that over there with Toy. Ribs is going to break out here. He's going to go clean up that kill. And actually, no, we're going to have Soto clean up that kill. He's going to actually take out Kenny. 2 members of Optic will be going down. Envyus is down a little bit, but they will close this if they just hold the 2 cap. It's going to be a close one here, folks.
This is so close. But look at the C hill, it's still in contention. I think that is the opportunity gone, perhaps, for Envyus as Optic Gaming finalize that. Mental, the lone wolf at the C hill. Is Envyus double back in to try and break something, but it's not going to work. The Optic Gaming squad take this one despite Envyus winning the opener, Blaze.
And that's going to be a crazy one right there. Like, Envyus cannot give up control over their home hill right there. Whoever that was, I forgot who it was. I don't know if it was Soto or Ribs that we saw just kind of get caught out there and get team fired. He needs to just stay alive and just back up there. He looked like he was kind of confused.
And look at the result of that round. I believe it was due to the rotations itself that we were perhaps pondering upon whether Optic Gaming or Envyus will include in their plays, and they did just then. It stopped the setup completely in its tracks for Envyus. So they tried to stay there the majority of the round. But so well played for Optic Gaming, nonetheless.
And they're going to break the spawn point, the weapon spawn point right by their home hills, which is inside the truck, which we normally see teams either put double nades, which will probably be double incense or double snipes, and they don't want to give up no free weapons. They don't want to give up no free weapons to Optic whatsoever. They want them to be able to fight for everything that they want. And so going to be on board here with Summons.
Oh, Lava being lit up very quickly, gets cover, smoke to his left, he's trying to throw another one for good measure to try and help him out there. Bit of a standoff, but look at Explosive, he's going in for 2 enemies and he's taken 1. Can he take a second? Looks like he can, he takes out Franchise, he's going to be coming into the fight now as Lava looks for a kill himself. The Envyus team on the back foot, Toy trying to escape, but it looks like he's going to fall very soon. Yes, he will. Optic Gaming win the opener this time, and look at the overhead, they are running across the map to try and set up, maybe even for a triple cap here. Look at this aggression for Explosive.
That was a good shot. Oh my God, taking him out in the truck right there. Explosive doing such a good job there. He has help from his teammates, and he's going to push forward, and he's going to cause commotion for everybody coming out of spawn, saying, you want to contest this hill, you got to fight with me. And he's going to go down to Franchise, and Envyus may be able to defend their home hill. It's coming down to the wire, folks. Summons making plays, and there's going to be 3 Optic members there. Here comes Ribs, and he could not do much right there. He goes down, and Envyus shall lose that round right there.
For a second, Blaze, I thought Envyus were going to recover. Explosive got taken out by Franchise, and then what's interesting to me, in fact, is Optic, instead of setting up on this heavy map, admittedly, for setups, they go straight for the triple cap in the second round when respawns are so low. I thought maybe Explosive was overextending us at one point there, going well past the hill. Of course, there's a bit of body blocking, looking for the give to stop the Envyus members in the tracks, but it is his teammates that see that push out in the end, and a shot grenade actually being placed by the in-game leader Franchise to try and influence this opener that they just lost.
Yeah, Envyus is going to place that shot grenade at the top, but I just want to point out, you know, you just see how fast Optic plays, right? We've seen Envyus win these neutral hill fights so many times, but we've never seen them with a very, very quick rotation for the 3 cap, and Optic always plays for it. They win that initial fight, they're going for your home hill right off the bat, and they're going to force that fight there. And so we're going to see if these shot grenades can help Envyus here. You know, hopefully, you know, I'm pretty sure they have a good plan to use them on board here with Explosives, and he's playing his middle map. He's going to have a 1v1, and he's just going to hold this guy here for a little bit.
So he doesn't know. I think he knows how to approach this when Explosive is just bouncing around him. They're like opposites in players. Who's going to win this competition? Oh, he goes for the grab! And Explosive predicts it very, very well indeed, using that damage advantage on the right hand to take him out. But look, there's a crucial battle going on with Ribs as well. Everyone's got 1Bs right now, it seems. But Ribs is going to take cover, but surely Optic Gaming going to take advantage of the number situation and push heavy on B now.
Yeah, they're pushing Envyus back, and Fran's going to go down. Fran is going to get cleaned up here, and Summons is going to get that kill, and he's going to take out Solars as well. Kenny is just holding Ribs over here on the other side of the map. Ribs is pretty much out of position. As long as Kenny can kind of hold that fight over there, Optic can push across, but Summons is going to go down. We're going to have 2 members of Envyus come back here to contest that B hill. We're going to see what Optic can do.
Notice, Blaze, how the B hill has still not been captured by either team. Both are hanging on for anything they can grab onto. And Mental is going to get taken out by Tylo as Envyus start pushing up a little bit. It seems like Optic have actually moved across the other side of the map. Interesting indeed, because now that the 2-cap is in for Envyus, are they going to be able to hold against that?
Yeah, we're going to see Optic. A lot of them are set up there in the mid-map, on platform, or cross-map. You know, so if Envyus tries to push across for the home hill, they're going to have good angles to take them out. Kenny has finally won that 1v1 across map against Ribs that he's been fighting for like 5 minutes. And Mental is going to push up here, center neutral hill, and Lava with the flank is going to be able to take one out. Mental is capping his heal by himself. He's taking some damage, but Lava's putting pressure on the side. Mental's going to be forced to fight right here. He gets hit with a brick, and he's going to go down right there. Explosives trying to get the chainsaw, and he's going to actually take out Toy right there. Optic's going to get control over this hill. Franchise knows he has to retreat, and he's going to try to get some shots over this cover. Can he connect with this? Yes, he does, and he takes out one. Lava being forced back. Fran getting flanked right here. He's going to go down, and we're going to have Team Optic here just going to etch away here with his lead.
Around the midpoint of this round, yeah, as you said, the score is very similar. Optic just gaining the lead as the respawns come in for Envyus. Lava is full red. Optic, they really need to play their lives, hold this like a fortress. The green wall needs to be put up. Very strong indeed, but look at this push from Envyus. It's equally as strong as Solar's. Just going to back A on the left hand. Explosive and Mental come into the fray, though, as they take out Ribs and Solar's. Franchise maybe a little bit too late to this battle once again.
He wants hands, and he's going to actually take out Explosives right there. Fran said, don't push me. I don't want none of that. And he's going to come in. He sees Mental, and he's going to come out with that kill as well. Fran is just doing so well right here. And we're going to have, can he stop Optic, though? He needs to win this fight and break this hill, and he's not. Summons is going to actually shut him down right there, and Optic's going to win this one on time.
You're right, Guy. Franchise needed to go for the break in the end before bouncing in for that kill. Maybe a bit too overconfident, but a very good play nonetheless. That brought me to surprise. But Optic Gaming are in the 3-0 lead, folks. They only need this one map to beat Envyus in this winner's final.
And you know, so Envyus, they're making this decision. What do they want to do? So it's been a big fight on this platform area, the area in which they're, you know, was deciding where they want to put this power weapon, and they're going to go to the top of the map, actually.
Okay.
Which I think is fine. They're going to go actually top map. They're going to put down a torque bow, and we've seen Solar's torque. You know, just he had such a good torque bow back in Gears of War UE, and he's been doing so well in this game with it as well. If Envyus just needs to stick to their route, stick to their roots, stick to their routes as well, and actually just win this 4v4 fight up here, and just push for, like, the respawn timers, they're increasing round by round. So if they can win this initial fight, they can get some points on the board these next 3 rounds.
The contrast, though, with the top, but they're admittedly very powerful teams can push around the left hand or the right hand of the wall. In Lava's case, just like on Mansion, a push through the boom shot on the Ultimate Edition was a different approach than, say, going through the statue or the middle area here. But it seems like the latter is going to be the option for Envyus. Maybe a little bit of a bait, that torpo. They see an opportunity, and that is the kill on Mental going out. The shot grenade has flew in. Explosive is going to react. Lava on the revive. They need to get in for the shotgun battles now, Ribs. You need to get the kills and even them out, but it's not going to work, you see, as Lava goes huge and gets a double there.
Ain't having none of that. Lava's going to win this capture point right here, and Torgo is still in play, and we're probably going to see him drop back, but look, the 3-cap coming in play right there. Optic is playing so fast. They are playing so fast right here with the 4-0 lead. You know, they come in, they win that neutral hill, and somebody's already in position capping that home hill.
You know, I think Explosive has spent more time standing up than sitting down, perhaps. He's always standing up whenever the cam switches to him. You can see how much it means this game. Who blames him? 4-0 lead?
He wants to make sure that he makes eye contact with them, okay? He wants to steer into their souls, make sure that they see him.
Well, and Sentry's just placed down by Envyus there, which is, of course, another side of the map entirely. It's in the middle, to be exact. And with that torpo in play, it really didn't affect it, did it? It was still a shotgun battle at that B hill. That Optic won, and I feel as though you said it, right? You hit the nail on the head. It's speed. Optic was so much faster, taking the advantage in shotgun battles.
And I think it's trust, too, as well, you know?
Right.
That they trust that their teammates is always going to win their fight, so that's why, you know, they're not hesitating. They're like, okay, do I need to come back and help over here? They're like, you know what? We got the fight, and if we don't, we already got things in place to guard our home hill. And these shot grenades are going to go out. Kenny's on a flank across the map, and that's going to allow Toy is actually going to push in here, and Summons coming in with some crossfire right here.
Anyone's game, Blaze, it seems. Anyone's round at this point. Summons comes flying back. Lava a kill. Lava a double make it. They are so fast in the flick of a switch, it seems. They just get 3 kills on the board, and it is Franchise who falls as well.
And that's going to be about 5 members down from Envyus, and they're going to be putting
Again.
for this home hill. Only Soto can try to stop this, but he's taking some shots already. Domination coming in 5 seconds. He's trying to back roll in that hill. Now he's trying to crawl with their body blocking him right there, and they're going to go 5-0.
This is not looking good. 5 members down, 2 rounds in a row, Blaze. I mean, they're going for the opener, which they are losing in a dramatic way. When you lose 5 players, it's a guaranteed triple cap. It doesn't really matter what the respawn timer is when the opposing team's hills are so close to the middle one of the spawns.
No, I agree with you on that one. And, you know, I don't know. I kind of envious. They have placed every single weapon on this map. And we've always seen them place nades. They did put the turbo down. They're going to put down some more nades. You know, they're staying away from these heavy weapons. They're staying away from these boom shots and these drop shots. And they don't want to – I feel like they just need to embrace it. Embrace the power weapons. Embrace it. Put them down. Get a little extra oomph in your gameplay. And, you know, because you need something right now.
They're losing with the standard weapons, and in a convincing way too.
Yes.
You need to go for something else, and it's something else entirely that I think they should be using to their advantage. But here we go. Another opener. Optic Gaming sending the resources to the B battle that they keep winning. We bring up the overhead very quickly. It was 1 player at nades for both teams of the same setup. Again, Envy are not going to change it up. Blaze, they're going to go for another shotgun battle.
Yep, so we got a 3v3 fight over here. You know, almost like an old school great value checkout fight over here. You know, that old checkout Gears of War 3 fight. And Lava is going to be taking some damage here, not pushing in just yet. They're going to be throwing some Lancer fire over here. And Explosive with the flank, taking out Ribs. And they're going to go over here and they're going to actually get that meat shield on Explosive. Miss mantle kick right there. Solars is going to go down, and Envyus is actually going to win this fight for the first time in like 4 rounds here. And they're going to put some shots in. They're going to definitely control this area. And actually, Toy's going to go down. Mental has something to say about that.
Oh, look, it's bouncing. They're moving up, and they're moving up quickly. No, Mental does turn around. He changes tension as we see the numbers too. They're going to set up for just a second. As yet again, Optic win the opener, Blaze. It's not looking good. I mean, there's nades down. There's incendiaries down from Envyus. They haven't been able to utilize them just yet. Yeah. They're running out of options, and they need to take control. Now. Optic Gaming are running away with this 5-0 lead. They only need 2 more rounds to win this match as a whole. And Explosive and Summons kills already to their name.
Yeah, I
not looking good for them.
Way too soon right there. And Summons is actually going to accidentally kill himself. We're going to have 3 members down. We're going to actually have 2 members down from Optic and 3 members down from Envy. And this A-Hill is coming in. This domination may come in, folks. We may see this 6th round, and actually it's not. It's going to get stopped right there. Explosives. He wants hands. Oh. That's actually going to be Mental. He's going to take out Toy right there. And this A-Hill shall be getting decapped. And can they do it? And they're going to back up. They're waiting for teammates. They're winning off the points right now, so that's what they want to do.
Oh, Mental. Look at the raw skill coming out of the green wall at this point. They just keep winning on these, making it 2 kills into the Mental's name. It's surely a triple cap. Look at these players. They're so far up, so confident in their gameplay.
That's the green wall right there.
That is the green wall.
And right there, Optic going up 6-0, 6 straight rounds. They're in Envyus' head. I don't see Envyus first sweeping this.
The psychology factor has come in. This is not the same Envyus as we saw on Foundation. The Slayers cannot even make any impact. When you go 5 down and you can't get a single kill to stop that situation, you essentially ran out of options. You've bottomed out, but in the same breath, it is now half-time, folks, but it is a daunting comeback in front of Envyus that they need to make. It is 1 round needed for Optic to win the whole match.
We're going to see this E-Hill get flipped down here to the center, so if Envyus, if anytime, you know, maybe they play better on this side of the map, we're about to find out right now. But Soto taking off Explosive off the rip. Mental taking a good shot. He sees a guy on his flank. He's just standing alive right here. Calls the commotion. Takes out 1. Takes out 2. Can he get 3? Almost. And he's going to get some help right there, but he will control this E-Hill. Mental, living off a prayer.
That movement was crazy, and I think he just shot the air as he realizes what event just took place from him for his shotgun. So well played, and looks like the Optic setup, the green wall is being put up once again. It's the Envyus players are on the back foot. They're searching for any avenue to get access to the setup and break it down, but it's going to be a difficult one.
And that smoke grenade is going to come out. It's going to put up a nice little screen right there. Solars is playing back right here, but here comes Mental. He's just coming down. You cannot let him just hop off a platform like that and come down and kill your teammates. You know, you need to be there supporting him, and Mental just gets away with murder right there.
Can't disagree with that. But look at this. Franchise now coming into the battle. The Lancer of Envyus is working. At this point, Solar's picking up a kill off screen. Oh, Toy getting 2 kills. This is what we're talking about, Blaze. You need your Slayers to go huge. You need to go toe-to-toe with Optic Gaming. When you get numbers disadvantage, you need to address it perfectly. Seems to be the case here.
Yeah.
They finally get some kills on the board.
Summons just went to their side of the map, just caused commotion, was like, hey, you guys got to follow me back here. If you don't follow me, I'm just going to break your home hill. And that gave his teammates enough time to respawn and get towards the neutral point and to contest it once again.
Optic Gaming, definitely a bit of free roam from them as individuals at this point of the game. They're so confident in their individual ability. They're trying to abuse it, but finally, Blaze, finally Envyus seem to show signs of life. But is it short-lived? Explosive gets a Lancer kill off screen, and here comes the green wall fighting back.
Summons, can he do anything? But Franchise once again shut him down. Solar's going to take out Kenny. Envy's going to have the advantage by 2-man, and it's going to be a 5v3 here. Lava trying to do something. Explosive is going to even those odds with the help of Lava, and it's going to be a 3v3 situation. This F-Hill will get broken, and it will get recapped as well here. Envyus will get control of that home hill. They're almost going to get the lead here. They need to not let E get broken. And Toy, this is just his dojo right here. He's just everything the wall bounce off of. Nobody can really come up here and contest him. Once he got positioned here, they can't get him out of here.
Oh, a little bit of a whack to finish off Summons then. Yeah, dojo is a good word for that for sure, as Mental was demonstrating previously in this round.
Envyus is going to take this lead. They just need to make sure that... Toy thought he was going to get him, but Explosive made sure he traded kills right there. They're going to come in. They're going to break this home hill, but Envy does has lead.
Score.
Did not get their home hill broken, and they're going to edge out with this one.
Did you see how much blood was on the screen then in the end as Envyus take their first round? That was really coming down to the wire, and that was only one round. Envyus need to get a lot more than that. And to be honest, if they go toe-to-toe with the shotguns of Optic Gaming, I don't think they're going to become... I don't think they'll come victorious in this map. I think they need to change things up. They need to be strategic, as we were hoping Damn to be for the Envyus squad. And
you know, if they was going to be strategic, it would have had to been on the first half of the game where that B hill.
I agree.
It's a lot more space over there for you to set up and get a lot of team fire. Right there was just a Toy Soldier show, and you know, just a small compact area where he can just wall bounce everywhere and just pick up kills. And Toy just kind of really held that down for them. So we'll see if he can actually do it again. And we're going to see 4 members go towards this neutral point. One guy's going to sit back and cap this home hill, and we're on board here with Toy.
Could this be the last round? Let us know in Twitch chat. Ribs picking up the Hammerverse. It is going to be a shotgun fest, I'm sure, very soon at E. But it is Envyus who take the initial caps. The comms start coming in. Summons gets shots. He looks for a push, but he is 4 straight back. Toy on the offensive. Explosive getting a kill. Lava and Kenny also lighting up the kill feed. Envyus about to get pinched on the E hill here, and it's Franchise who falls next. Toy is down. Is this the push that Optic Gaming need to finalize this game?
And they're going for it. They want the 3 cap. They're putting the pressure there. And you're going to have Ribs and Soto coming in to contest it. Can they do it? Smokes are going to be out. You hear the domination, folks. 4, 3. It's going to be contested right there. It's going to reset here on board with 6 seconds. Soto's getting flanked, but he's going to come in here. Explosives right across from him. Kenny's going to get one. He's going to go down. Meat Shields get picked up. Here come Franchise to join the fight. Explosive is going to have to back up there with Summons.
Oh, the setup.
He's coming in with the cross from the side. There's Mental. Soto is forced to push out there. He knows he cannot stand there. They need to get rid of these guys in the middle of the map. And their home hill will be getting contested. Soto can't do much. The domination is coming in. Can they do it? Mental is shutting them down.
Oh my. Toy, are you going to fight back? He gets the kill. They're pushing out finally. I thought that was it, and it's definitely an environment Optic Gaming favors in the hectic, manic area of shotgun battles. Certainly the COG team.
They're forcing the fight where they want it.
Exactly.
This is what they do. As soon as they get control over that middle point of the map, they're going to force the fight on your home hill. and just put the pressure on you, and that's exactly what they did. But Envyus managed to clear them out,
Oh,
and they
okay.
managed to, get a little room to breathe here. And here comes the flank, and then Toy picking up 2 kills right here. He's just being a star for Envyus, and he's going to come on the flank, and he's going to put some shots in, help his teammate out. They need to get this E-Hill. Toy should already be playing for that F-Hill. He needs to go now. It's almost a 70-point differential, and they just cannot sit back here, and Toy's going to actually go down. But Solars has something to say about that. Wood explosive, and they're going to be starting to push towards his home hill. They need the 3 cap here, or they will be losing this matchup.
They're already pushing in. Solars himself going for that cap for just a second. Lava in the truck, but look at this. Solars so red.
Oh.
The Lancer of Kenny's too strong. It's almost a domination coming in, but Optic Gaming claw away. They're fighting back. Downs on every side of the battle, but it is Optic Gaming that get the kills here. They get their F-Hill back. Perhaps just a wait for them on this very hill for the score to drown out.
And at this point, we're gonna see Optic just turtle around their home hill, and they're gonna put some pressure. And they got Envyus home hill. It's one guy cross map, just causing a lot of commotion. But they can just turtle this home hill, just sit 5 people on it. Just make sure you defend it. You're gonna have enough points. And Envyus, they need to push right now.
They have no options, Blaze. They're out of options. They have to get into the shotgun battles. They have to get into the close quarter battles. The environment that Optic Gaming likes to play in, but is it too late? They haven't even pushed out yet, Blaze.
They need to go now. They need to get this hill broken, but it's still somebody across map just causing commotion, and he's not going to let them win it. And folks, Optic Gaming is going to be coming out with this win 7-1.
Very close mantle in the end, but it's not the case for Franchise. 7-1 Blaze, the final score on the second map. 2-0 victory for Optic Gaming. Very convincing indeed. What a heck of a performance by the Green Wall.
And this is gonna be interesting. You know, the only team that has gave Optic competition throughout this entire tournament has been Team Revenge. And that was the first match of this tournament. Team Revenge lost first map 7-6, then lost in the second map 7-5 to Optic. And that has kind of like gave them momentum throughout this entire tournament. And that's who Envyus is going to have to face in the losers bracket.
Wow, oh wow, I cannot wait.